If you picked Sean Strickland to win in their first fight, I don't see why you're going to be going the other way this time around. I just want to start off by saying that, because for everyone that's saying, well, Sean Strickland got robbed in the first fight, why wouldn't you pick him again? If he was clearly winning the first fight, what has changed so drastically now that you would go the other way? Do you really think Dricus Du Plessis is going to change his game plan that much? You think he's going to be able to take down and just ragdoll Sean Strickland now, even though in the first fight he couldn't do that? Sean Strickland's got really, really good wrestling takedown defense. You don't think Sean Strickland can stuff the takedown still? He obviously can. He's going to stuff majority of Dricus Du Plessis' takedowns. And then it's probably going to be on the feet. And now I do feel like Sean Strickland is a little bit worried about the fact that, you know, takedowns will be involved and he'll lose a couple of rounds. Because in the interview that he had with Brett Okamoto, he did say, oh my god, so how do you even judge fights where you're just taken to your back for 2 seconds, but the other guy gets up and just pieces you up? I think he's worried the judges are going to rob him. I think the judges have been a little bit better now with the judging, if I'm being completely honest with you, recently. But it is a possibility. Now, the big changes that either of these fighters will make will probably be DDP. Let's be honest here, Sean Strickland's game plan is very much going to be the jab, 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 teep kick, jab, 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 teep kick, teep kick, teep kick, jab, jab. Oh my god, there's 15 seconds left, let's just go all out. Blah! That's probably the game plan Sean Strickland's coming in to this fight with, also working on his takedown defense. I don't see him getting ragdolled, but you don't really see this stuff happening. Like, Dricus Du Plessis fought Israel Adesanya. In that fight, you were like, oh my god, so obviously going to be on the feet. Adesanya could get this done. No. DDP on the feet was hanging in there with Adesanya. I think Adesanya's definitely lost some precision and power in his hands. I don't know what it is, but back in the day, he was definitely catching people way easier than he is now. It's probably an age thing. Also, the fast twitch reflexes are probably not there as with the same speed and power as they used to be, especially showcased by the fact that Adesanya's put on a lot of muscle mass. But DDP was doing pretty well, and then eventually in the 4th round, DDP out of nowhere just blasts, not a blast, but he does end up taking down Adesanya, takes his back, and submits him eventually. I think that's what Sean Strickland is worried about in this fight. More likely than not, because he knows he has a very basic game plan. If he can't march forwards, he can't potentially do what he wants to do. And that's the point. Whenever Sean Strickland is on the front foot, he's attacking you, he's always doing better. He's always performing better. When he's on the back foot, it's not as good. His counter-striking, while it is effective, I can't say there's enough power in his hand or enough precision to be landing KO blows. He just doesn't have that. He has to be on the front foot and using his cardio and basically his volume to basically outstrike you and just keep in the back foot, keep you thinking where the next strike is coming from. And that's Sean Strickland's game plan. I think DDP, of everyone in the division, here's the thing. DDP by Goofy is a valid prediction because that's just the thing that DDP's been doing. DDP via Goofy, and it's kind of a joke, but at the same time, it's not really a joke. I mean, the guy is beating top-level competition just by doing that. I mean, Rob Whittaker, we all thought, oh my god, he's way better as a striker. DDP's power, I swear to god, is a great equalizer. Like, on the feet, the fact that he can threaten takedowns, and Whittaker, another guy that's not really known for having bad takedown defense, got taken down in that fight, was hurt in that fight, badly, broken nose. And that's the thing, when you have these goofy fighters, at any moment in the fight, you could get a broken nose, a broken orbital. Oh my god, all of a sudden, his hand broke in the first round. DDP's head is just that strong, made out of titanium. I just think DDP, as weird as it sounds, is going to Goofy win this fight. And not just Goofy win this fight, I do think he's quite skillful. Let me get into his skill set. I think his striking, as weird as it might look, is always effective against fighters that want to go forward. Because he will put the pressure on you instead of the other way around. And that Rob Whittaker fight, Rob Whittaker wanted to press forward. DDP can just hold his ground in the center of the cage. And then fire back shots of his own. That's the thing with Strickland. Like, I don't think Strickland will be on the front foot the entire fight. I do think in terms of cardio, Strickland has the upper hand. Dricus Du Plessis, though, does not have bad cardio whatsoever. I know he was gassing out earlier in his career because of his nose blockage, but ever since has looked pretty unfazed by cardio. And if anything, like, when he did get gassed, that just meant a takedown was coming and a finish was coming back in just 2 years ago. But now that DDP's fixed up his nose, he is looking really, really, really good and really effective with most of his striking. I mean, the guy will press forward. He can put you on the back foot himself. He has power in his hands. The wrestling takedown defense is there for him. Not that Strickland's going to be shooting, I don't think. But he has the offensive wrestling to always threaten Strickland. Like, he can hold Strickland against the cage, not just to, like, you know, just hold him against the cage. But threatening those double legs, those, like, takedown attempts are really, really effective in shutting down someone that wants to push the pressure forward and move forward towards you. Because they always have that threat of, oh my god, is a takedown coming? So that makes them more hesitant, makes them slow down the pace that they're pushing, because DDP can shoot those at any time. And that's the thing with Strickland. He might want to get some ground, make sure that he can't get those takedowns, be on the back foot a little bit so like he has more room to operate to pull back from those takedown attempts. All those things I think are favoring Dricus Du Plessis. But again, like I said, if you pick Strickland to win the first fight, what's really changed? You knew this coming to the first fight. Strickland did well. The only thing that really would make you go the other way is if you think that DDP is more prone to changing game plans around his opponent, which he definitely is, by the way. His skill set is just more rounded. Like, is he as good a striker as Strickland? No. Is he as good at Strickland at cardio, I guess? No. But what he does have is a more solid game plan. Like, he has the wrestling takedown threat. He has the striking threat. He has power in his hands. Despite the fact that a lot of people will try to dismiss it, he's got power in his hand. And for some weird reason, even though he's clearly tired, you can visibly see him being tired, he always, for some reason, has this last, like, extra fuel in, like, a secondary tank at the back of his body, in his back or something, where he just blasts a double leg and he can just go at it, gasping for air the whole time, but he's just going at it at full force like he would in the first round. It's kind of crazy, but obviously, that's what you're betting against. That's what you're betting for, at least. And here's the thing with Strickland. He knows he's not a good enough striker to be a kickboxer, but he's not a good enough wrestler to be like a grappler. So what he's coming out with is, oh, well, you know, just swing and bang like a man would in the middle of the cage, pretending like he wouldn't just stand there and just jab from a distance and throw feints. For a majority of the fight, he will push forward, but he doesn't have some KO power in his hand. It's not like he's there for a war. He does have a very defensive-minded game plan on the feet. Like, he's basically grappling on the feet while he's striking, if you think about it, right? Like, he wants to be safe. He has a very tight Philly shell. Like, he will always prioritize defense over anything. Like, I'll be honest with you, I've not seen too many fights where Strickland just goes out there and goes for a war. Like, I see him like, come on, Jack, I'll give you a chance now. Come on, lowering his hands with like 30 or seconds left on the clock. And it's like, okay, at this point, the fight's basically done. You're just going to be, you know, like, you are aware enough, you know, as a mixed martial artist, especially at the level of Sean Strickland, to not get KO'd in the last 30 seconds of a fight. And you're not going to go out there fully crazy like Max Holloway either. Like, that's just not what he's doing. His striking, while it is really good, I don't think it's like to a kickboxer Adesanya level. I think DDP sure they can hang with someone like Adesanya. I know Adesanya just got KO'd. But just from a technique standpoint, Adesanya is still probably one of the best. Maybe his fast twitch and his reaction timing isn't quite the same as it used to be, but he's still one of the best strikers in terms of technique in the division. And DDP had no problem going toe-to-toe with him. And I know Strickland didn't either. Strickland completely backed him down. But that's not the thing. But that's not the thing that will happen in this fight. That is very predicated on Strickland being on the front foot. Yes, if DDP's on the back foot for the entire fight, guess what's happening? He's getting pieced up. But hey, that's not going to happen. Like, DDP's not going to just back off the entire fight like Paulo Costa did. He will hold his ground and he will swing at Sean Strickland, land a few shots, make Strickland take a step back. Naturally, over the course of a fight, he will be more hesitant because DDP has the takedown defense. Sorry, the takedown offense. And even though Strickland is a great takedown defender, like, his actual anti-wrestling is very good, at the same time, you need to be able to put a lot of resources into those to set them up. You need distance, you need your hands lowered, you need to be able to get the underhooks, you need to be able to stuff the head down. You need all those things, and for those things, you need to be on the back foot. You can't be on the front foot, and then all of a sudden, oh my god, I'm a magician. Ooh, have a third hand. That's not how it works. Strickland, while he does have great wrestling takedown defense, he does need those natural things to set up that defense. And that's why I think DDP is going to win. And that's why for this fight, $500 on Dricus Du Plessis to beat Sean Strickland. I think the fact that they've already fought helps you determine who's going to be making the bigger changes. The fact that I think DDP won the first fight anyway helps me in this scenario. Those numbers were fake that they were doing with the live updates. Like, oh my god, this many significant strikes or this many. I swear to god, afterwards, when you go on UFC stats, they updated it, and it was like not completely in Sean Strickland's favor, like they made you think it was. And that's what it's coming down to. Do I think Strickland has enough power to drop Dricus Du Plessis? I sure don't. And I also think DDP has a great chin. I do think DDP has enough power to drop Strickland though, but again, Strickland has a great chin. I can't be a hypocrite, I have to be honest here. I don't think anyone's getting dropped. But I do think there'll be a moment where DDP has like Strickland against the cage. Strickland has like one hand on the ground and DDP just goes bang, bang, bang. So massive right hands or left hands, depending on what position of the cage they're on, to Strickland, and like those kind of moments will build up. Anyway, that's the prediction for this fight. It's going to be Dricus Du Plessis over Sean Strickland. Hope you liked my breakdown. Like, share, and subscribe. Notification bell, comment below, all that good stuff. I'm at 225 subscribers. I would like to get to 250, so subscribe to me. That would be helpful, because YouTube has just stopped pushing my videos now. I don't know why. Makes no sense. I'll see you next time.